today we're going to talk about a very important topic, and that topic is going to be, are there any tax implications in flipping houses? And the answer is yes. Of course, we know taxes, Uncle Sam is always going to lurk around in the background, so you want to be mindful of these things before you actually start flipping houses, because you can have some serious tax implications if you're not very careful and don't have wise counsel. So the first thing is going to be short-term versus long-term capital gains. So in some states, the different capital gains actually vary. So if you hold a property for less than a year, then of course you'll be subject to short-term capital gains. If you hold it for longer than a year, then you'll actually have long-term capital gains. Find out from an accountant or a financial advisor what would be better for you to do. Of course, I highly suggest you flip, but you want to make sure that you keep these things in mind before you actually flip. All right. So sometimes the capital gains can be 37%, just depending on your area, just depending on what you're doing, how long you're holding it. You have to also keep in mind that self-employment tax may be an issue if you're a flipper. You may be viewed as a dealer as opposed to an investor. And so your percentage may actually be 15% if you are considered to be a dealer instead of an investor. So self-employment tax is going to be the next thing that you may be subject to if you are flipping a property. The good thing about it is deductible expenses. If you have any expenses such as renovation costs, realtor fees, commissions, holding costs, interest, bank interest, all of these can be actually deducted whenever you are completing your taxes. So you want to keep an accurate record of as much as possible, because these things will actually come into handy later whenever you're doing your taxes, especially if you have short-term gains, okay? And whenever you are actually at closing, the title company, I know from my experience, they have made me sign off showing that I actually flipped the property. And so unfortunately, that's just where we live right now. That's the society where we have to pay taxes, unfortunately. But taxes actually help us to pay for other things, our roads and different other improvements around the city. So can't have it both ways, I guess, so to speak. Of course, you will also have to pay state and local taxes as well. So every time you go to the store, of course, you're paying taxes, but you will also be taxed at a state and local area, depending on the state that you live in, on flipping property. So state and local taxes is also one of them. Now, in order to defer some of the profits that you actually make whenever you're doing real estate investing, is to think about a 1031 exchange. And a 1031 exchange can be very lucrative or very helpful for you actually, because whatever profits you make from rental properties, you cannot do it with flipping, but with, as far as I know, okay? But check with an accountant or financial advisor. But when you are having rental property, you can actually take those profits and invest it into another profit without actually affecting your taxes too much. So think about a 1031 exchange if you're thinking about rental properties or other types of real estate investing. If you have any questions, feel free to drop them down in the comments. I am going to be having training classes really soon. So if you're interested in attending one of my training classes, drop a line in the comments that says training. I'll send you a link so that you can actually access the free training. We have free training, and we have some training that actually you can pay for. That's a longer period of time. Thanks for watching. Talk to you soon.